everyone. Welcome to Online Seller UK podcast. My name is Prabhat, founder at Online Seller UK. And today I've got Lesley with me. Lesley is co founder of Riverbend Consulting, and she's now the author of a new book, The Amazon Incubator. Welcome to our podcast, Lesley.
Hello, thank you so much for having me back.
Excellent. So you've written a book, Lesley. So talk me through that.
So at my company, Riverbend Consulting, we work with sellers of all sizes. And it's interesting how many people come to me and ask the question, is it still worth it to sell on Amazon? Because people assume since Amazon's been around a while, there is a lot of saturation in a lot of categories. So they're afraid it's actually not worth it anymore to try and sell on Amazon. So what I wanted to put together was a kind of guide for people showing if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to have a side hustle, if you want to have financial freedom, Amazon is still a great way to go. And I argue that Amazon is the greatest business incubator in the history of the world, bar none.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think sometimes I see various Instagrammers or YouTube video people who put you can sell on Amazon and get rich quick. Is this true? Is that something you've seen before?
I wish it were true because that would be so cool. But unfortunately, now more than ever, Amazon is not the Wild West anymore. Way back when I started selling on Amazon in 2010, which makes me like a grandma on Amazon, not in real life, but on Amazon. Back then, you could list anything. You could find products anywhere. Just throw them up on Amazon. If you got lucky and you found a closeout, you might make a lot of money overnight. Not sustainable, but you'd make some quick money. That's really not the case anymore. Amazon expects its sellers to run their businesses like real businesses, legit brick and mortar businesses where you have books and invoices, legitimate sourcing, you have testing for your products, good chain of custody on your inventory, all of the old school ways of doing business. Amazon has those expectations. And also, when you look out on Instagram and YouTube and people say, make a fortune overnight, a lot of that they say, let us do it for you. A lot of the models they're pitching are actually not allowed on Amazon. For example, drop shipping. They'll say they're going to drop ship for you and make a fortune. And then Amazon figures it out and they hold your money, shut down your account, never give you the cash back. And you end up losing money to these folks, these programs. There are a lot of good coaching programs out there, but you have to be very wary of the ones where they say they'll do it for you. What you really need is to learn and understand the steps. So it's not really get rich quick, but can you build a sustainable income over time, a sustainable business that helps you with your personal goals? Yes. What we joke about around the office is the whole Lamborghinis and Rolex watches model of Amazon. Like if you see someone out there who's got a girl draped across a Lamborghini to pitch his coaching program, run away.
Yeah, there's so many out there. So let's touch a little bit about your book. Obviously, not too much because when it is out, so we want people to read a little bit more on that. So, what sort of things are you talking in your book to start with? So, do you want to give us a little bit of a hint on that?
Yes. So one of the things that is most important is to realize that an Amazon business is not one size fits all. And if you want a Lamborghini, let's go get you a Lamborghini. But if what you want is money for your kid to go to a certain college or better family vacations or to work fewer hours at your regular job because you have a side job, those and that part of goal setting are so important. So a lot of the book is about helping you to think through what your goals, not someone else's goals they're trying to give to you. What are your goals? How much time do you have available? How much capital do you have? And based on that, building out a business plan for Amazon that makes sense for you. That it is about you. It is not about using someone else's system and assuming that's going to work. So there's a whole lot of that. There are a lot of questions at the end of each chapter that are kind of self-introspection of what do I want? And then I try and help you walk through the process of how to get it.
Excellent. So are you thinking of having a dialogue with the seller, with the potential sellers when they buy the book as well?
So that's a great question. I love talking to small business owners. That is the best part of my job. And in my definition, small business owners is everyone from the biggest seller on Amazon, who still started out as a small business owner, all the way down to families who are selling out of their extra room or their basement. So I am always open to questions. My LinkedIn is a great place to go to submit questions. I have a great team of 85 people who love to answer questions. We are not, our company, Riverbend, our focus isn't actually coaching or how to start up on Amazon. We help sellers to solve Amazon problems. But it doesn't matter what size you are. We want to be your resource. And we have all these resources out there that we can send someone to as well. So yeah, totally open always to talking to sellers, tossing around ideas, and seeing how we can get them closer to what they want to be.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest I think problem we see with the sellers, because there's very less people you can talk to. So that's good job you were talking about this, because I think that opens up a opportunity for sellers to ask questions. So that's really really great. So once somebody starts and then perhaps they are successful at some point with certain figures in revenue per month, people may be thinking about exiting. I think this is something we've seen a lot in last few years, exiting and getting bought by a lot of companies and aggregators and all that sort of thing. So it's it sounds really really interesting and really attractive. But do you want to talk us through? There may be barriers. There may be things that people need to think about, before they start. So yeah, talk us through that, please.
So right now, some of that money is drying up for aggregators and private equity to come out and buy your brand you built on Amazon. So is it still a good long-term goal to have? Absolutely. And I think this is part of an economic cycle that we're going to be out of in a year or two, and there will be more of that money to buy up profitable brands. So having that in mind, you need to say, yes, my ultimate goal is to sell, but if I need to keep this business for X years, what is going to make it worth that to me? So when you're a seller on Amazon, there's two ways it can go. You can put everything back into your business to have more product, buy more, buy more, buy more, develop more products. There are a lot of sellers who do that and never take a dime while they are growing their business. And if that's what you want to do because you want to maximize an exit, you've got to understand you still have to have some way of making money to feed yourself and keep a roof over your head. The other model is, okay, what if I need to hang on to this longer than someone had to if they started 3 years ago and all the aggregators were around, and figuring out how much money you need to take out of the business so that you can survive. I am huge on SOPs and records. No one wants a business that they cannot grow, and no one wants a business that they don't really know what the numbers are. So let's say you wanted to exit tomorrow and you go to an aggregator, or private equity is more likely right now, and you don't have good books. And y'all, this sounds basic, and so there are people like rolling their eyes and saying she's talking about such basic things. No, this is common in the Amazon world. There are large private label brands that don't have good books. You've got to have good books from day one, all of your expenses accounted for, all of your ad backs. That means, like, when you took money out of the business for your personal expenses, you put that back in as profit in your accounting to show what the business is worth. You have to really keep your books, all of your invoices, all of your sourcing, product documentation. All of that has to be in great shape from day one, which is something that I go through in the book as kind of a guide. And then I spend 2 chapters on outsourcing, how to build SOPs and how to outsource and what to outsource. And that is because if you're doing this and you're trying to keep all the money in the business, you're still going to have to work at something else. That means you need virtual assistants or teams or agencies to do things for your business. You have to build SOPs for that to grow. And that, again, will make you more valuable when it is time to sell, or will make it where you can stand to do the amount of work needed in the business to make a profit and pay your bills. The mistake so many people make is that they think they can do it all themselves. And there's so many great resources out there who know Amazon who can help you grow.
Yeah, it looks like really in-depth explanations of exit as well. So thank you for talking to us about this book. So I've got two questions to end with. So when is the book going to be out? And then if somebody wants to talk to you, today or tomorrow, so where is the best place to get in touch?
So the book comes out on January 23rd of 2024. Isn't that a strange thing to say? The new year is always so strange. And you can also go to theamazonincubator.com. If you go there, it will direct you to all of the places you love to buy books, but also you can go enter your order number and we will send you bonuses, which everyone loves bonuses. And then what was your other question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so if somebody wants to talk to you, where
Oh,
is
to
the best
talk to
place?
me.
Yeah,
The easiest way, especially for you folks across the pond and all around the world, is if you go to LinkedIn and you put in Lesley Hensell, I'll pop right up. You can send a connection request. You can direct message me. I love to hear from all of you Amazon and wannabe Amazon sellers, and love to answer questions there, direct you to great resources. I'm super open to connecting.
excellent. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Lesley. Thank you again for your time and all the best.
Thank you so much.